Hello, and welcome to another episode of Break the Cycle with me, your host, Joshua Smith. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday and enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. I made a post on Twitter about Memorial Day and how it's kind of a rough day for me because I was in the service. I did serve in Operation Iraqi Freedom, but I believe that the only way to honor our troops and our fallen is to stop sending more of our sons and daughters and brothers and sisters to war to die for special interests. And it pissed some people off, and some people got mad at me that I was like a Navy guy, and, you know, because my war service wasn't like actual, heavy duty gunfire or something. I don't know. But anyways, I hope that everyone goes forward understanding that the most important thing to memorialize dead soldiers is to stop the damn wars. But anyways, we have a great show for you today. Let's start off with some sponsors. As per the usual, we have Lorenzotti.coffee for all your delicious Italian coffee needs delivered directly to your door. Bring the taste of Italy home. Use BTC at checkout for a 10% discount. Guys, this is great coffee. Definitely order it. My mom loves it. And if mama loves it, you know you're going to love it too. Of course, toplobster.com, the man, the myth, the legend, my friend, my partner, one of the coolest men that I have ever met in this movement. He does some of the greatest graphics I've ever seen. He does all of our thumbnails for the show. He does all kinds of great artwork for shirts. You can get this awesome Joe Biden Wear the Mask shirt that I'm wearing today. And also this great custom Break the Cycle pillow from the couch of CouchStreams. You guys can now bring a piece of the set home with you. Use BTC at checkout for a 10% discount. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. And AnthemPlanning.com, executive producers of the show. Use them for all of your emergency and crisis planning needs. Wonderful people. I love them to death. Please check out AnthemPlanning.com and see if there's anything they can do to help out your business or you in your personal life. Now, today, we have a good friend of mine actually on the show. He's the host of a show called Burning Boots, which I reluctantly went on eventually after a couple of months of being badgered by several different people. But I had listened to a couple episodes like, ooh, I'm running for chairman of the Libertarian Party. I might want to stand off. But I ended up doing it. I was happy I did it. I had hung out with our guest in Florida prior to that and didn't even realize it was the same person until I went on the show. He's also the host of a new show called Friendship Simulator, and I believe Driving the Bus or something. I'll let him tell you. His name is Davey Parish. How you doing today, sir?
Hey man, what's up?
How you been, man?
Yeah, pretty good, man. I'm gonna see if I can get that pillow that's right there on your couch.
Dude, it's a cool pillow, man. Look at this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Look at that thing, dude. Oh, I put it right next to you. It's it's got like the really cool BTC logo. Because for you guys that don't know, Break the Cycle, the name of my show, is BTC as in Bitcoin. That was like the whole point behind me using that as my show, but also it was my logo, my slogan for my national chair campaign in 2018 and 2020. And so it's cool that we kind of have that Bitcoin symbol for a lot of the merch, and Top Lobster's just out there killing it, man. But hey, man, how's the show's going?
It's going pretty damn good. But yeah, you dead named our show, and that's pretty lame, dude.
I dead named your show.
It is June, bro. So don't dead name my show. We are I don't know if we even have Libertarian in the name anymore, but Friendship Simulator, because Burning Boots died.
It is. Is it done? Is it over?
Yeah. We're not Burning Boots anymore.
Okay.
Kyle left the show, so Derek and I went in a different direction. We actually stole the name of you said I can't say that word. Friends Against Government.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we stole their name and website for a while, and then did a show with them, and now we're Friendship Simulator.
For the people wondering, Fadcast or Friendship or Friends Against Government, that was one of my favorite podcasts. I had no idea that they had started a new podcast called Timeline Earth. Which is really, really cool. But I didn't know that you guys had stole the name from them.
Yeah, you should go listen to those, to at least our collab episode. It was pretty fun.
What happened there?
What do you mean?
What happened with the burning boots and then you guys becoming...
well, we just had a beautiful opportunity fall on our laps and getting the website. And, we just had to run with it.
Sure.
But, can't really go into how we got their website.
Well, so burning boots. So burning boots is dead. Was it because you guys couldn't handle the boog boy anymore? Is that what?
Yeah, when you call us a boog boy podcast,
I did. I was like, well, look, you guys had it. You guys totally had a boog boy on the show. Okay. I mean,
yeah,
he was very supportive of the Boog stuff. I was very supportive of the Boog stuff. I did my very first audio podcast on the Boog stuff because I'm a fan. I think that the more people that stand up to the government and say, "Hey, we're peaceful, but we're not going to stay peaceful if you keep aggressing on us," the better. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, but I know it's hard working in the media sphere and holding those views. I mean, ask Magnus Panvidia, who has been removed from literally everything. The guy can't even use his Squarespace or his drop shipping companies anymore because of his Boog affiliations. So
I mean, dude, it wasn't the Boog stuff, because I mean we have no problem with what is that, racy content. I mean, our entire show's the most offensive liberty podcast on the net. I would bet a lot of money.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would almost bet Dave Smith that we might be more offensive than Legion of Skanks. So,
yeah, you guys were definitely up there. There's no doubt about it. I'm telling you, I listen. So when you guys were going to try and have me on when you were your Dead Name show, I was like, I went and listened to the first episode, and I was like, oof. And I think I probably hold some kind of record for when I was on the show for saying oof.
Yeah, we have a compilation.
Of just me just saying oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
It was rough, dude. It was rough.
We'll post it on our main feed. Just the compilation if you want. God.
I want to hear it. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's great, man. I was running for chair at the time, and I'm like, "Whoo, this is not going to be good. This is going to be rough. Somebody's gonna get really mad at me." But anyway,
but for anyone that does want to listen to it, just understand it's all in good fun. If you don't like it, just turn it off, dude. Just chill.
Yeah. Well, and we gotta understand that Davey is first of all, Davey's a Florida man.
Right, and I've been featured on the Flan page more than once, along with you, Josh. Actually, my first time being featured on that page was with you. So
yeah, that was the Florida libertarians against Nazis, right?
Yeah.
I do find as somebody with Israeli heritage from my dad's side and all kinds of a crazy mixture from my mom's side, I do always find it funny when people call me a Nazi. It does really make me kind of giggle a little. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, all right, that's.
I mean, we also got featured with our our brown Egyptian chair,
right?
So who is also the leader of the Nazis here.
Yeah, he's the Egyptian Nazi leader, man. Yeah, Stephen Nikela, for those of you who don't know, is the chair of the Florida State Party. He's also on the LNC with me and one of my best friends in the entire movement. And he's been called a Nazi on more than one occasion. Very, very, very brown Egyptian man. I think he's
and he had a message for you, actually.
Oh, did he?
He said, tell Josh he's a hoser for making him wait until July 12th to go on the podcast.
Well, here's the thing. So I was gonna do. So that's hilarious. I was gonna do like a special episode for my patrons with Nikela, just talking about inside baseball of the Libertarian Party, because we both sit on the national committee. We travel all over the country, me and that guy together, like all over. I mean, just all Austin, Texas, and Washington D.C. and all this shit. Just anytime we show up to a libertarian event, it's me and Steven are hanging out. He's a good friend of mine, even though he's like, I think 13 and a half years old or something. I know he's like super young or something, right? I think he's like 25 now or something. But
right.
He like started on the LNC when he was like 18 or some shit. But he's like a really cool guy. But yeah, he's always been dubbed like a Nazi because he's like an anarcho-capitalist, I guess, and we're all just Nazis for not wanting the government to interfere in our lives, right?
Of course, makes sense to me.
That's really what makes you Nazi. But you're like in the redneck Riviera part of Florida, right?
Yeah. My part of Florida is not the Florida everyone thinks of. It's the cow pastures and rednecks, and
yeah, you're like lower Alabama, basically.
Oh, yeah, all right, man. Southern Georgia, but all right.
Fair,
I'm in the correct time zone. Okay.
Fair. Yeah, you're kind of what part of what county was it again?
It's Columbia, right in the middle of the
that's
damn,
right.
in the middle in the north.
Yeah, so you're not even close to the beach, man.
It's like an hour.
Oh yeah, I guess you can go hour and either way from Florida. You're going to be at a beach, right?
Exactly.
You're probably closer to the Gulf side, though. I'd imagine.
Do what? Oh, the Gulf? No, dude. It's like it's about the same either way. Yeah.
Huh. I do appreciate the Gulf. I don't think a lot of people when they think about Florida, they don't realize how amazing the Gulf is in Florida. It's really, really cool.
The Gulf rocks.
Yeah, but the coolest thing about Florida is all the bath salts being readily available everywhere.
Yeah, that and meth.
Yeah, there's the part of Florida that you live in. I don't think it's not really like that in southern Florida as much.
Yeah, it's probably cocaine there, but up here, it's meth.
Down there, it's like a lot of Cubans and cocaine, man. I think. That's the thing. But let's talk a little bit about. So you ran for tax collector. This is always.
Oh yeah, I did.
This has always been one of the coolest things to me, and you actually did pretty well too, right? Like
I did. I got 17.46%.
Right. So
and I ran a absolute radical campaign because I refused to compromise on a damn thing. And all my signs said, "We are not government property and taxation is death." Thank you, Dan Berman. But actually, he stood up my website and did all the work on that too. He's a rad guy. But yeah, it was just me and the Republican. But you know how that goes.
Yeah. Well, you're in a part where the Democrats don't really matter, anyways.
No, they barely exist.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think some people don't understand. Like outside of the big cities, like there's a lot of places where the Democrats just don't exist. But they control all these big cities, and that's how they control the narrative and the media and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
So it's unfortunate, but so for me, it was hard. It was hard for me to get really involved in politics because I'm also what the kids would call an anarcho-capitalist, but I'm not. I don't use that word really anymore. I just say like anarchist or libertarian or whatever because. A lot of the worst part about ANCAPs are ANCAPs, and there's a lot of ANCAPs who have just completely ruined the name for us. But
for sure,
what did you do to like kind of get through the your principles? I mean, how did you run a campaign that was solidly?
Oh well, see, dude, I don't find being involved in politics to be contradictory to anarchism. It's the system that's in place, and I think we should do everything we can to disrupt that system. I mean, the worst you're going to do is you're going to be a thorn in their side. I mean, and at best you're very unlucky and you win and you have to deal with that shit. So, because I don't really want to work in government. That sounds like awful.
That means you're more qualified than anybody you run against, pretty much.
Dude, everyone asks me like running, like, well, what makes you qualified? I'm like, nobody's qualified to work in government. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. Well, it's funny. So it's like the most qualified people are people who don't want the job.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
what I mean?
That's good.
Because the thing about politics is the politics attracts like the worst of the worst because it's a huge paycheck. Like say you get into Congress, right? We're talking $174,000 a year to go to legislative session occasionally. You know what I mean?
Dude, all right, so check it. You want to know how much tax collector makes in my county?
How much?
$144,000.
Jeez. We need all the like state and local governments to get paid like the New Hampshire legislators. I don't know if you know anything about these guys, but they make like $13,000 for their entire term, like 2 years, right? Because when I first really started working with the party, we had Brandon Finney and Caleb Dwyer and Joseph Stalkop in New Hampshire who had won their races for state legislator as two as Republicans and Stalkop as a Democrat, and they all three of them after they won they flipped to libertarian, right? Which as a libertarian I'm like, man, I really want libertarians to win state legislator seats, but that's cool too, you know what I mean? But I was talking.
My question is, what kind of compromise positions do they have at that point?
Right. And we have one now. We have one state legislative seats. I mean, for the first time since the 70s or something. In Wyoming, we have two now. And that's
cool.
And that's thanks to.
Are they partisan or not?
Yeah, they're libertarian. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was the first time since like the 70s that we've actually started winning state legislatures. But we had a program called the Frontier Program, which Apollo Pezel, who's the candidate support guy for the whole national party, is amazing, put together and brought a whole crew there. They did what we should be doing and targeting races that we have the opportunity to win. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I watched your campaign, man. I was like, yeah, this is the kind of campaign I would like to see more libertarian.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of campaign I want to see people run because, man, I'll be honest with you. I don't really give a shit about winning elections so much as I want to spread the message.
Right.
And they beat statism down our throat every fucking day. So why don't we beat some, liberty down their throat once in a while? I mean, you can say it's, aggressive, but dude, they're fighting first.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I got kicked off Twitter not too long ago for saying that we should bring back tar and feathering for politicians and making politicians birds again. And Twitter banned me for the 72 hours or something like that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like it's not violent.
Dude, actually that was one of my taglines I said in the couple of interviews I had. And it never got published in the paper or anything because they didn't like it or whatever. But that's cool. Was I'll be the only the tax collector, let alone politician, that you won't want to tar and feather.
So yeah, exactly. I mean, well, and you were essentially running on a platform of nullifying.
I'm not going to do my job.
Yeah, nullifying the entire position.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, tax collector has like no real authority. That's all not, that's the county commissioner's job.
Sure.
But you could just not cash people's checks, not go after people for not paying their property taxes and things like that. And I'm like, hey, here's an incentive to never get rid of the guy who hates taxes, never come after your property. So if you don't pay, that's on you. So, or, I'm never coming after you for it because they're the ones, the tax collector who puts liens on. And, but, of course, things that you're going to get screwed over for, like driver's license, things like, of course, you'd keep that stuff running because you don't want to screw your citizens over when they're over in another county.
Right. Yeah,
that's kind of counterintuitive.
This is what we should be doing as libertarians, running on a platform of nullifying whatever it is that your job is.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. I mean, I've only seen a few other candidates actually run like that. You, Dan Berman, of course, Adam Kokesh.
Yeah.
Who I'll have on the show on Friday. It's going to be interesting. And then somebody who I've had on the show already, Patrick Smith, who ran for not governor of Texas, which I had never heard of him, and I showed up to the Texas State Convention, and he gave this speech and quoted Lysander Spooner. I'm like, yes, please, this guy. Yeah. He's basically like, I'm going to become governor and then do nothing. I'm going to abolish the position. And I'm like, yes, love that. This is wonderful. Thanks for the super chat. Top Lobster says, politicians should be paid $75 an hour. Oof. That was a nice shot across the bow at Mr. Nick Sarwark.
Eat a dick. But,
exactly. Well, that's true. There was, for people that aren't aware, we, as an LNC, basically had to shut down a motion made by our former chair, Nicholas Sarwark, to pay himself $75 an hour to be the interim, what the fuck? I don't even remember what the position was.
Like some kind of
fundraising director or something. And he's like, we need one, so I'm going to make a motion that I should do it and get paid $75 an hour. I'm like, first of all, motherfucker. Like, all of us are here for free. You know what I mean? Like, we pay to be on this board, basically. I mean, we have to pay to travel around and go to these meetings and do all these events, and we're the ones fundraising for the party all the fucking time. And I was like the number one fundraiser and membership recruiter at the time.
Right.
And this asshole's sitting there going, hey, you guys should pay me $75 an hour to do it. I'm like, no, motherfucker. How about the people who have been doing it well already? Why don't you give us some kind of percentage of what we raise? How about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't want to do that, and libertarians are really big on the whole like don't pay these people that like help the party that I'm part of.
The funny thing about that is those people are also the ones who never got off their fucking ass and ever done any of the work.
Sure.
So, because if you've ever done the work, you know how much time and energy it takes out of you. So, yeah, we kind of need to pay our guys if we can afford it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not Sarwark, but other guys.
Yeah, no, keep him noted at every level of libertarian leadership. Just keep him noted. Anytime you see Nick Sarwark,
how beautiful is that, really?
Oh, I was just talking about this. Somebody on Twitter, who was it? Was it Reed Cover? I think it was Reed Coverdale posted on Twitter. He's like, man, when did all these state affiliate Twitter pages start getting so fucking based. You know what I mean?
When the Mises Caucus started winning.
Yeah, when the Mises Caucus started winning all these states, and I just simply posted on there, I feel like a proud parent. I mean, I'm obviously a proud parent. I have 75,000 children in my home right now, but I feel like a proud parent because 4 years ago I set out on that mission to change the fucking party, and there was nobody. I mean, there was every single state I went to besides like Florida and like a couple others. There was like one Mises Caucus member at every state convention. You know,
sad, dude.
It was sad, and we were like,
see, I didn't think about it because, like, I think the first convention I went to, we had a Mises Caucus meeting, and I think we had like 9-10 people in the room. It was just someone's hotel room.
I was there.
And
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, that's right.
In Tampa.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's I've been to the last 4. I think I've been to the last 4 Florida state conventions. Every Florida convention, somebody from Florida is like, "Hey, man, we need you to come out to Florida to the state convention," and they always put me on something cool. I mean, I got to host a panel at that Tampa convention that had Dr. Walter Block, Dr. Tom Woods, and Jeff Deist on it.
Oh, nice.
I was the host of the panel. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You guys realize I'm not smart at all, right?
dude. Last year they had me be the guy who organized and ran the debate
I
for
remember
the
that.
presidential candidates. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I'm a little retarded. I'm just gonna be honest with you here. Which was funny because I remember that debate. What did I do at that convention? I spoke at that convention and did something.
You did. You flew in and you flew the fuck out.
Yeah, it was quick. I remember I was in
because you had to go to like 2 other conventions in that weekend.
Yeah, but I was there for the presidential debate, and that was what a shit show. What a shit show.
What, when me and Mark Whitney were arguing?
The Mark Whitney thing was the bad. I don't know if anybody remembers Mark Whitney, but Mark Whitney was this was a guy who was a stand-up comedian, had done a bunch of time in federal prison for some scam with Ben and Jerry's ice cream or some shit, and he decided he was going to run, and he was super personable. He was a really nice guy. I had seen him at a bunch of conventions and hung out with him, and he was a lot of fun, and he was funny. He was like overly funny all the time, and then he like broke down, man, and like lost it, dude.
He chose the wrong battle at the wrong time.
Yeah, he decided that Jacob Hornberger was the leader, so he needed to go after Jacob Hornberger, and it was like, dude, that's the wrong person to go after.
Dude, well, here's the thing, dude. He was right, and he kind of succeeded from a damn, I can't say that word. Pragmatist. Sure. We have a word on my show about the prags, okay?
Oh, fair.
So, anyways, so he won from the prag standpoint because they got Hornberger knocked out pretty much because he buried himself, really.
Yeah, I think the Hornberger thing was him going after Jacob, or after going after Amash as hard as he did. That really hurt Jacob, unfortunately. And then when Amash declined to run, him going after Joe wasn't good because that was like the Prag's darling.
Right.
I think prior to those attacks, he still had it in the bag for sure.
The weird thing is you can't actually go negative in the Libertarian Party unless you're going negative against someone who is absolutely hated.
Right. And
but if there's someone who's kind of neutral on, you can't go negative on them.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny because 4 years ago, if I went negative on Nick Sarwark, I lose everything.
Yeah.
Now, so that's what I was saying. Now, 4 years ago, I set out on this mission, and now everybody goes negative on Nick Sarwark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because he's done it to himself, really.
Yeah. It was a big, it was kind of, I liked helping to push back the curtain and show people what was going on. I think I had a lot to do with that. I think my traveling around the country had a lot to do with that. But anyways, man, so I've hung out with you. We've had drinks and stuff, and we went out to that bar. I think that was in Tampa when we all went out to that bar.
Which bar? We went bar hopping.
Yeah, it was like college graduation weekend or something, man.
It was a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I think that was prior to me going on the show with you guys.
Yeah, it was.
So I didn't realize.
We didn't even start our show yet.
Okay, yeah. I didn't realize you guys were the same guys until like right before I was getting ready to come on the show. And I was like, oh shit, I've hung out with these guys. Awesome, man. This is great. So meeting you, one of the things I got to be honest, one of the first things to pop in my head about you is not going to be like, this guy is a militant advocate of peaceful parenting.
Okay.
I'm just going to be
that is in my Twitter bio.
Yeah, I know. But you're like, you're like a Southern dude and you kind of got that scowl on your face. I'm like, yeah, this guy tells kids to go pick the switch, right? But no, you're like a militant advocate of peaceful parenting. I am as well. It's a new thing for me, something that I'm learning. But
it's fucking hard.
It is hard, man. Especially
because
if you have
let's be honest,
in the house, dude.
You want to strangle the little motherfuckers every once in a while, but you don't.
It's true, dude. It's true. Well, and I have seven. Two.
God damn, dude. I have one.
Yeah, two are infants. So those are they're easy. The infants cry sometimes, but as long as you pop a booby in their mouth, they're okay. You know what I mean? It's kind of how it works. So that's okay. But then I have 4 school aged and one that's 3. Right.
Okay.
In the house, and it is hard sometimes, man. It's a learning process for me. If you've been following my story, I went from not having any children in my house to having 7 kids in my house in a year. It's all a big learning curve for me. But what was it that kind of pushed you towards that position? That peaceful parenting position.
Man, I really hate to say the guy's name, but I mean, he did convinced me to try peaceful parenting. Was Molyneux, and
sure.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he's right on a couple things, right? But
he used to be really right, and his peaceful parenting stances are absolutely 100% on par. I mean, they're great.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, man. It's just they're little humans, and they're just discovering the world. And why are you going to get mad at them for the littlest of things? I mean, if you're not going to hit your spouse or your partner or your friend for the things that they're doing, why would you hit your child? They're just little people, and they're just trying to figure out boundaries. And of course, dude, they're going to push those boundaries, and that's kind of their job. They're how to learn how to, navigate the world. And like I tell my son all the time, like, we don't get mad. We don't, have any of get those issues. We just figure out how to solve a problem, because you're getting mad about whatever your problem is. And, like, tonight he wanted to watch TV instead of shower. Okay, dude, there's no TV if we don't shower.
Sure. So
how can we get to this, solve the problem? It's a long issue if you got a toddler and trying to solve that kind of problem. But, you can get there, and they will reason with you. And I've reasoned with him since he was, I don't know, ever since he was born, really. Cause and he, I don't know, talks really well now because of, having big words spat at him all the damn time. And sometimes he repeats words that he probably shouldn't, but whatever.
Well, the host of Burning Boots / Friendship Simulator, right?
Right. And also Drive the Bus.
Yeah. Drive the Bus. Yeah. And so let's talk a little bit about Drive the Bus, man. So you got another new podcast. You're just becoming the king of podcasting now, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to model my life after you and grift my way into liberty.
I'm just trying to grift ad revenue into being a stay-at-home dad. There's a big difference there, buddy.
Listen, I've got to get on that level too, because I don't want to fucking work. So
yeah.
So, sign up for a patron. But anyways, Drive the Bus. It's me and Stephen Nikela, and we're embracing toxic masculinity. And really, because we've just noticed that not all the guys, a lot of guys, sorry about your luck, but in the liberty movement, they're a bunch of betas. They don't know how to handle themselves. And if you can't handle yourself in just personal life, you fucking not make it into politics, dude, because it's rough.
Sure.
People are fucking mean,
I know more than most.
Yeah. So, just how to just handle your shit, get in a better frame of mind, and not, be a bitch. Stop that.
Yeah. No, it's true. There's a lot of the B words in the Libertarian Party. It's unfortunate, and I notice it more and more now that the Libertarian Party Mises Caucus is kind of taking things over.
Yeah.
I never really noticed it before because there wasn't this fight in the party, so I just kind of shook hands and met people. There are a lot of people who don't take care of themselves. Let's just put it that way. And actually, so one of the coolest things that I've heard on my show was when I had Patrick Smith, who does Anarchast and Disenthrall Media. So he's a really big podcaster, does great shows. He did all that hosting of really cool shows for Anarcho Poco recently.
Oh, okay.
he said something that it will stay with me forever, man, for absolutely forever. I said, as an anarchist he's super anti-politics, right? But he'll support candidates if they're running a campaign like he did for not governor. Like your campaign, he would have supported. There's no doubt about it. As long as you're pure in principle, he will support that, right? But I asked him, I said, well, outside of that, what do you think is the most important things to do to change, to move the Overton window, to change things, culturally and politically and stuff like that? And he said, work on yourself, man. It's the best thing you can do, because then the people around you are going to see you thriving and they're going to want to thrive. And then your community starts to thrive. And you guys don't need the government to do this shit, right? Like you just start doing it and it happens and it's amazing. And then you have a community full of honest people who are entrepreneurs and doing good things, right? And he said, then that's so much more important than the political aspect, because you're actually making a difference. You know what I mean? And it all starts with you. And so what you're saying there and what you guys are talking about, are you there? Oh, you froze up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
I was like, Davey froze. We actually haven't had a freeze up yet. I'm really stoked about that. But so what you're saying is along the same lines, and you can frame it as funny because it's a podcast and you have to have a niche and you have to talk about toxic masculinity, but what you're really saying is improve yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is improve yourself. And really, I guess, cause it's with, we're focusing on a lot of on like a relationship, sex and stuff like that. But it's, it's all comes down to, you have to work on yourself first. Cause otherwise, if you don't work on yourself, none of that shit's gonna fall in line ever.
Right. But sex too. So.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, we talk about a little fucking, whatever.
I don't know what that is, man. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you don't get that from 7 kids.
All of our children are adopted. And truth be told, some of them aren't mine, but 2 of them are biologically mine, which is nice. Shout out to
and 2 out of 7, huh?
Yeah. So the story as it goes is, I met my girlfriend while I was traveling around for the party stuff.
Right.
And when I moved to Iowa, she had 2 small daughters already, 3 and 8. And then we got pregnant. I know I'm not supposed to say we, but I do. I don't give a shit.
Why can't you say we?
I don't know. Somebody.
Is that some SJW shit?
I said that. Well, I said it on Dave Smith's show recently. Like I was on Part of the Problem, and there was a bunch of hardcore alphas in the comments that were like, oh, this dude's a beta because he said we got pregnant. I'm like, dude, I literally got her pregnant. So
damn, there's some bitches in there. Yeah. But I mean, fuck, dude, if that's my fucking kid, that's my fucking kid.
Yeah. We were pregnant, motherfucker. I had to deal with her for 9 months. Okay.
Dude,
she's in the chat right now.
You cannot underestimate that shit either.
I know. It's hard, dude. Okay, it's hard. She ate a lot of chocolate. You know what I mean? But she is in the chat right now. So, baby, I love you. So she had 2, and then we got pregnant with Mateo, my son, who's 5 months old now. And then in October, I was able to get custody of my daughter, and she had 2 siblings that needed a place to go and rest their head that aren't ours biologically, but we were able to get guardianship of them. And like I talked about on Dave's show, I didn't want my daughter to be split up from her siblings. That would have sucked. Of course, for them. They're because
they're her family, even if they're not related to you. They're
much younger than her too, and they look up to her and they depend on her, and they always have. And so it was really important to get them. But then also because that's my libertarian principles, right? If I have an opportunity to keep 2 kids out of the system, you should do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if it's the system or, I mean, definitely the system sucks. But I mean, hey, you're a better man than I am, because I don't think I could do that.
It's hard, dude. It was a hard thing. And truth be told, if I didn't have Julia, I wouldn't have been able to do it. It was really cool because I was like, hey, I know we've only been together for like 6 months, but I have the opportunity. I have the opportunity to go down and pick up my daughter in Arkansas.
Dude, for real, that fast?
Yeah. And she was like,
right.
And she was like, when do we leave, man? You know what I mean? Like right away. She's like, when do we leave? She didn't even miss a beat. And then I was like, and also she has 2 siblings who can also come stay with us. Great. When do we leave? I was like, she didn't skip a beat. So it was really cool. And then so we had Mateo, December 31st, New Year's Eve. My son was born. And then my daughter, who was pregnant when we went to pick them up, had my first granddaughter in March. So I went from none in the house to 7.
Wait, how old is your oldest child?
16.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a
Gotcha.
baby very young, so we
Gotcha.
we weren't
Gotcha.
aware of the pregnancy until we were on our way down there. So, but
Right on.
wonderful. She's a wonderful mama. She got a beautiful baby, and I'm very happy to have them both here. So
Right on.
but yeah, man. Let's talk Florida, dude. I love talking Florida.
Okay.
I had Tho Bishop on recently, who is, I don't know if you know Tho.
Oh, I don't know him at all. I know I had a little exchange with him on Twitter just because I thought it'd be kind of funny, but I got bored of it kind of fast. I get bored with Twitter so fucking fast.
Yeah.
But he's apparently going to come down to our convention in a couple weeks.
Yeah, he's not far from you, I don't think. He's definitely in the Redneck Riviera somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm hoping he does because I'm bringing all my recording shit down there. So
yeah, to have a talk with Tho. Tho and I disagree pretty heavily on like the way we should move. Oh, the liberty movement in general, right? He doesn't believe that the liberty movement should be a coalesced thing. And I believe that all liberty movement people should cut ties right now and go to the Libertarian Party, make the Libertarian Party a fighting force against the two old parties. I think we have the numbers. We just need to do it. Tho doesn't believe
I'm kind of curious there.
Yeah.
All right. So you want everyone that's involved in the liberty movement to put all their energy into the Libertarian Party?
Of course.
Curious. Do you see that the next few years is kind of what is that? The word, I guess, it's make or break kind of time for the Libertarian Party. If Mises Caucus kind of either wins and is successful or not.
Yeah. So, prior to the last maybe year and a half, I was getting extremely black-pilled on the Libertarian Party.
Okay.
I was getting very black-pilled. I like to call myself gray-pilled, right? Like I'm skeptical of that. I'm skeptical of the results, but I'm absolutely hoping for the best. You know what I mean?
I guess I'm kind of in the same boat. I have hope for it, but I mean, not so much that I'm going to be let down if it doesn't happen. But because like at this point in time, I feel like the Libertarian Party at large is mainly just it's cool to go hang out with my friends and the guys that I know that are just cool to hang out with. Otherwise, it's just like a bunch of guys who are willing to argue about a single word or a colon or some shit like that in platform. I'm like, dude, we're not making it anywhere. Why are you bitching about this little shit?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, the first time I ran for chair of the party, for me, it was like, I was like, we're not going to hold meetings the way we've held them before. Like, we're going to crack a beer. Everyone put your feet up on the table. Let's talk about how we can move let's talk about how we can move this party into relevancy, right? As opposed to let's sit around and argue about policy manuals and all this shit, which I know is an important part of the party. It really is. I know it sounds stupid to say, but there is a part of the party that needs that. Like, you have to have that structure, because otherwise
I enjoy the business meeting portion. I like that. That is one of my autisms. I enjoy business. It's fun, but I get why people don't. I mean, I'm kind of excited that I don't have to deal with that this year at convention because I no longer hold any offices in the LPF.
Sure.
But I'm kind of excited just to go to hang out with people and whatnot. But I mean, I do love the business portion.
Well, Florida does have some of the coolest libertarians, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, I went to 40 states over the last 4 years, and I've been back to Florida 3 times since the first time I went to your guys' convention in Fort Walton Beach in like 2017 or whatever. And it's just a cool place to be, man. It's Florida.
Yeah, that was I actually joined the party like about, I don't know, 2 months before that. But I think my son was like just born around that time. So I'm like, I can't make it out there.
Sure.
But it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
To like hear everything. I'm like, damn, I wish I could go.
So let's talk about, okay, we're getting sidetracked here, Davey. Okay, let's talk about,
I always get sidetracked.
I know you do. I've been on your show and I've listened to your shows. People are like, let's talk about this, and Davey's like, Leroy Jenkins, right? Like, just
dude, our show is there's really almost no structure to the point of it's just bros hanging out, chilling.
Very
dude.
bipolar for sure.
We never have women on the show either.
Right.
Just want to make that clear. We don't have women on the show because it's the bros hanging out time.
Are you talking? Okay? Are you talking about all your shows or just the
all my shows?
The sex
one. The friendship simulator and driving the bus. Yeah, we don't have.
You guys
women
never have a girl on the burning boots either.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, there might be like Kyle's wife in the background when she just like was antagonized into speaking, but other than that, no.
This is why there's not more women in the liberty movement. Thanks, bro. We appreciate it. So Florida. So I had a whole thing to talk about here. Okay, with Tho and you. Okay, I'm framing this in a Florida man debate scenario. Okay, Tho thinks that all libertarians should get on board, support Ron DeSantis.
Okay.
Support the Republicans that are keeping the country open or the state open because the rest of the governors suck ass, right? And
sure.
And to an extent, as far as the policies go, I think it's great, right? Like I don't give a shit anymore at this point.
DeSantis did shut the state down for a month,
very briefly. Yeah, right.
I think only the South Dakota governor did not lock down at all. So
yeah, and Iowa was like where I live now in Iowa was basically the same as Florida. They shut down for about a month. She had a mask mandate for about 2 months, and then she flipped completely and has now signed into law, an actual law, not a mandate, that mask mandates are illegal in the state of Iowa, and no business can have a mask mandate at all.
That's kind of rad.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to tell people they have to wear masks. You can suggest it, and people can still wear their fucking masks, and people still do. I mean, there's still people wearing
wear
masks.
the shit. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, and that's what I've always come to too. Is like I don't give a shit.
Suffocate.
Yeah,
wear 10. I don't give a fuck, dude. God damn.
Fuck, please.
I'm a big fan of natural selection, so fuck it.
Well, I try to explain this to people. Like when this first started, I was putting the mask on because we had to. Some places I was getting sick. Every fucking time I put the mask on for more than a couple hours.
You're breathing all that fucking bacteria, dude.
I was sick. Like I was getting lung infections over and over and over again, dude. And then I'm thinking, I'm not going to put this fucking... Everyone I know is surviving from COVID, and I'm like putting this mask on and dying. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, fact checkers have fun with this one, but I'm pretty sure Fauci wrote a paper about how in the plague in 2013, whatever the fuck it was. I'm bad with history, by the way. But whenever they had that plague, Spanish flu.
Spanish flu, 1918.
Yeah, that one. Whenever that one, people were getting sick because of wearing barriers on their face and breathing in bacteria all the time. I'm pretty sure I read that. If I didn't, I'm making shit up.
No, I'm sure you did. I've read a couple different studies about the people getting sick from wearing masks repeatedly. And so, Iowa was very close to Florida when it comes to the policy that came out of stuff. Your governor has signed a law basically stating that there will be no COVID V-word passports. Ours has said that she will use legislative action or executive order to make sure that we don't have those here in Iowa as well. So it's kind of been on par. I mean,
that's
really
pretty based.
Yeah, it's pretty based. And I came out in favor.
One thing
I
need to hit this real quick, dude. All right. So you said the V word. Let me tell you something. For anyone that uses the word the jab or whatever the fuck the left is using now, just know you're using their fucking bullshit language.
Right.
You are using doublespeak.
Right.
Fucking stop it. Okay.
I say the V word so they don't demonetize me, dog.
Oh, I gotcha. My bad.
Because the only times that I've had a video like not let me monetize is because I said the V word. So I just say the COVID V word. Everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't use the jab shit because we stole that from Britain, and I don't want to steal anything from Britain. Like at all. Like we fought a war. We fought a war so we don't have to speak their fucking language. Okay, so like I'm not using the jab. Okay, because that's stolen right from South London, bud. Like we 200 and some odd years ago, we fought a war to make sure we didn't have to say the jab. So I'm just gonna say a shot, like every other red-blooded American, if that's okay with you guys. Would you agree with though that like you guys, all the libertarians there, should get on board and support Ron DeSantis?
All right, man. So what I told him, obviously, if you are working in politics, or especially partisan party politics, that's not a fucking option. Okay, first of all, we're going to get disaffiliated from National for doing such a thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Secondarily, it's a political party. It's party politics. Get the fuck over it, dude. What we do on our own time and vote for whoever we vote for or support, that's different. Or privately, but as the party organization, that's not happening ever. And it just goes with party politics. If you're going to, if you're a PAC or something like that, then that's completely different. Or just some other liberty organization. Support who you want, dude. DeSantis is a big surprise to me. I didn't think he was going to be decent.
Sure.
I mean, he still kind of sucks. I don't know. Understand what some people get on. Like, in my opinion, he's kind of like Amashes are like the same way. They're still fucking statists, dude. They're not libertarians, in my opinion. I mean, I know no one's a real libertarian, but whatever.
I mean, I am. I'll carry that moniker.
You got it, dude.
No, because I think pedophiles should get the wood chipper, so I can't be a real libertarian, I don't think.
All right, dude, I got to ask you though.
Yeah.
So what if a pedophile is a pedophile, but they've never done anything to a child? They recognize their mental disability, but they have this attraction towards children, but they never act on it. Do they still get the wood chipper or not?
Chipper.
Damn, dude, that's wild. They never hurt anyone.
That's a brain that just is never going to be fixed, in my opinion, unfortunately.
Yeah, it might not be fixed, but if they never act on it, they recognize it.
Eventually they're going to.
What do you do?
I don't know, man. And maybe they don't got to go feet. Right. Maybe they don't got to go feet first. You know what I mean?
So the pedos that touch children get head first.
Head first. No.
Yeah. See.
No.
Feet first. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Feet first.
Yeah.
Feet first for the kitty touchers.
I flipped fucked up.
Yeah, feet first so that they go nice and slow. But yeah, it was hard. That was a hard episode for me, sitting on the Libertarian National Committee, because I agree with Tho on so much shit. You know what I mean? Like, I do.
Sure.
I mean, policy wise, we're pretty close. He's obviously an assistant editor for Mises, which is like, you know, that's like the holy land for me. You know what I mean?
It's kind of weird that he's like an editor for Mises, and yet, sucks the dick of the Republican Party.
Yeah, and he makes some good points that the National Republic. He'll tell you right now, the National Republican Party is a clown show. It's fucking bullshit. They're stupid.
It is.
You know, he says, but the localities are different, and I get that. That's how the Libertarian Party is.
Sure.
You know.
Okay, but here's the thing, man. I worked for the Republican Liberty Caucus in whatever fucking years it was, that like 2009, 2010, some shit like that. Whenever Marco Rubio got elected.
Sure.
During the whole Tea Party shit, I worked with the RLC in Jacksonville. Okay, and you know how fast they fucking bow their knee to the old guard of the Republican Party.
Oh, sure.
My thought was, dude, if we're gonna lose, and not only that lose, but bow down to their bullshit, I might as well join the Libertarian Party and at least lose on principle.
Right. Yeah, and that was always my argument against the RLC too. Like, I like a lot of the people from Republican Liberty Caucus. Like, I really do. Justin Mosh was pretty good on most things. Thomas Massey, sure. I love Thomas Massey, and I like Rand Paul on a lot of shit. But they are typically, even if they don't bend the knee to the GOP, they're like the whipping boys, right?
They're not strong supporters.
No, they can't get shit done because. No. The Republicans don't support their message. They don't support liberty anymore. They just haven't.
But I mean, okay, at the same time, though, I believe both of us came to the party or to liberty through Ron Paul, right?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
okay. Yeah. So he didn't get shit done either, right?
Right.
But he was the biggest voice for liberty.
Sure.
He did more for the Libertarian Party than the Libertarian Party has done.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt about it. I mean, nobody has created more. It's funny because that congressman, nobody has created more anarchists than that congressman.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'd love to just sit in a room with the guy.
Yeah.
Whether I get to talk to him or not, I would like to talk to him. But I mean, I would like to being able to sit in the room and hear him speak would be fun. Because I just remember how much energy I just got from giving a fuck about politics, hearing that guy talk.
Yeah. That guy endorsing me last year was probably the highlight of my life, next to my children and my family. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, it's above the children for sure. But don't tell your.
I think my daughter might be watching.
Whatever.
This right now. Yeah. My daughter might be watching this. Hey, sweetie, trust me, you're more important to me than Ron Paul endorsing me. But it was a big deal. It was up there. It was close.
Hey, when my son watches this, just know if Ron Paul ever endorses me, that's it. Sorry, bud.
No, I have a funny story with my daughter. When she went into labor, she came to my room at like 4:00 in the morning. It's like, my fiance starts shaking me. She's like, hey, your daughter's water broke. You got to take her to the hospital. I'm like, it's like 4:00 in the morning, right? And I'm like, run around the house. And then I have this mug that I bought before my daughter had given birth to my granddaughter that says "Grandpa, the man, the myth, the legend," right? To kind of troll myself. So I walked downstairs and started making coffee. Because I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go to the hospital without drinking coffee. It's 4:00 in the morning, right?
Dude's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make some coffee before I go down there. Shit.
I made a pot of coffee and I filled up my grandpa mug because I'm like, I'm gonna go to the hospital with my grandpa mug. Like, hey, if I gotta go, I had just gone through this with my fiance with our son, so it was like 2.5 months later, I'm back at the hospital with another, right? And my daughter's like, okay, Dad, you can come hang out in the room with me, but when I go into labor, like for real, like when I have the baby, I don't want you in here. And
okay, cool.
And I'm like, this is, well, that's bullshit. You know, who else is going to be in here for you? And so I was like, all right, sweetie, I'm going to run down to the cafeteria and get some food because she's, going through the contractions, all this shit. And and so I come back up from getting food, and the nurse comes up to me and she's like, Mr. Smith, your daughter is having the baby right now, and she has asked that you stay out of the room.
Right.
And I was like, okay. But I want you to know that that's my underage daughter, and I could go in there if I want. Like, I could go in there. I'm not going to. But I just want you guys to know that I can go in there. And so I tell that story to her now, and she's like, oh, my God, Dad, you're so embarrassing, But it was like I just wanted them to know that, like, if I wanted to go in there, I could, okay?
Yeah.
But, funny stuff, man. So hey, man, what's next for Davey Parish? The show, what else you got going on?
Oh, man, I don't know. Just, in the... I don't really want to go into that a whole lot, but business owner, such a thing. I'm very fucking busy with that. So I don't want to go into a lot of politics right now, trying to make my life fucking rock. So,
Sure.
But I'm also, I like to podcast way too much. So I'm trying to start another show.
Of course you are, man. Of course.
But this one's just going to be me giving an anarchist take on law that is being proposed.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it might be fun. So,
and you can consult with Michael Bolden. I mean, nobody knows more about law than that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm bad at trying to get big names to talk to me. So, whatever. Because I don't put effort into it. That's why.
Yeah, we got to grow this. We got to grow this man's Twitter following. That's what it is. He hates Twitter, but he needs a bigger Twitter following. What do you got? Like 180 people followers right now. We got to go. Those are rookie numbers.
Probably
man.
Not that much.
We got to go bigger, dude. We got to go bigger. You guys got to follow Davey for Liberty on Twitter.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I'll be very sporadic on the times when I actually get on there and post it. Usually when I'm, bored.
Sure. You can't miss the hat though. You'll know who it is.
Yeah,
you'll see the hat.
You definitely can't miss it.
So somebody actually, I think it was Outlaw Barber who thanks homie for the super chat. He gave us super chat. He said that you always wear that hat to cover up your male pattern baldness. Is that?
Oh yeah. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
So fuck you, dude. But whatever. Everybody says that. Like, are you bald? Nah, man.
No, you got hair, man.
I'm going to have hair all my fucking life. It's just going to go gray very soon.
Sure.
It's already starting, so it's going to be very soon.
I think salt and pepper is like in now, though, man. So I think you're good. I think that's like the thing now. I think
it's going to have to be in, dude.
Yeah, dad
There's
bods,
no fucking choice.
Dad bods and salt and pepper. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm 38 years old that I'm saying this is in, but, it's in. It's in. I got a beautiful woman that way, I don't have the gray yet, though.
Yeah.
Just a couple, like one or two.
Oh, dude. Well, fuck you, dude. I'm 30 and I'm definitely getting gray. So
yeah, I got a couple and I got a couple in the beard, but I'm doing pretty well, man. I don't dye this. This is my natural color.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, why don't you tell the people where they can find you at, bud?
Oh, all right. So if you really want to find me, the only place I really hang out in is my Discord, and you can find my Discord somewhere on Twitter, probably.
The Friendship Simulator Discord. I'm in there. I'm in there, by the way.
You are. If you join, just understand your dick will be measured. And if you're a woman, your dick will still be measured. You will be harassed to no fucking end.
Women can have dicks too. We're not bigots on this show.
And honestly, they won't stop harassing you until you say the gamer word. So understand that. I don't know. I'm on Twitter kind of, and I really don't fucking deal with Facebook anymore.
Where can people find your show at, Davey? Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
You're here to plug the shows, dude.
Oh, okay, fine. All right. If you want to listen to the show and get offended and be a little, can I say pussy on here?
Of course, yeah.
All right. If you want to be a pussy about it, after I say it right, if you want to be a pussy about it and get offended, Libfriend Sim, I think, is our Twitter, and you can find our show from there somewhere. I don't know. And then Driving the Bus. We are not we haven't posted publicly yet, just on our Patreon feed. And yeah.
Nice, man.
That's all I really got to think.
Well, hell yeah, dude. I appreciate shit out of you. It sounds like we may be in Orlando in October. I know that's far away, but I'm always going to try.
Oh, for Tom Woods' event?
No, for the thing we did the GoFundMe about for
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you do it the same weekend?
The Disney trip, dude. It would be cool. Oh, I wonder if we're going to be there for like 7 days or something. So,
hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, man, I'm stoked, and I'll definitely see you next time I'm in Florida, brother.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Later.
Another awesome episode of Break the Cycle in the books. Davey's cool as shit. You guys should definitely go follow him. He's one of my favorite dudes in this movement. He's really cool. His podcast is hilarious. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna be offended. There's no doubt about that. So just be ready. But I appreciate you guys checking it out. Definitely check out laurenzotti.coffee for all your delicious Italian coffee needs delivered directly to your door. Of course, toplobster.com for all your wonderful graphic needs, like this great Joe Biden Wear the Mask shirt and this wonderful custom Break the Cycle pillow, part of the CouchStreams you can bring into your home now and cuddle with a part of the set anytime you want. But definitely check out toplobster.com. Amazing stuff. Great graphics. Cool thing, new tier or new perk being added to the Patreon. From now on, if you become a patron, you will have first dibs at new Top Lobster gear early before anybody else can get it at a very discounted price before it goes to the general population. So definitely check out the Patreon. I'll give you that in a second, but check out toplobster.com first. You can use BTC at checkout for a 10% discount there, and also with laurenzotti.coffee. Of course, anthemplanning.com for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. Wonderful people. Please check them out. Executive producer of the show. Coming up on the show, I'm doing 4 shows for you guys this week. 4. Tomorrow I'll have Kevin Hobby. He is the Oklahoma State Libertarian Party chairman, hardcore devout anarchist, says he's a left anarchist, so we're going to find out on my show why that's actually not the truth tomorrow. That's what we're going to do. And then on Thursday, the triumphant return of my good friend Scott Horton. I'm very excited. We actually had a talk about Waco recently, and it sounds like maybe I was saying things that may not be true. So Scott's going to come on and set the record straight. It's going to be an awesome episode. You're definitely going to want to check that out. And of course, on Friday, we're going to have the man, Adam Kokesh. That's going to be a cool show. I haven't seen Adam in a long time. For you guys who don't know, I spent like 2 weeks on Adam's tour bus during my first campaign. It was a wild time. We're going to talk about those stories, and we're going to talk about a bunch of other stuff too. And then getting way ahead of myself, next week we're going to have Nick Ashley from the Individualist podcast. Super stoked to have my good friend who actually got all of the audio for this show set up, so I'm super stoked. And of course, next Wednesday, I'm going to have the lady herself, Angela Mcardle, who's running for LNC chair for the Mises Caucus on the show. Very excited to have her on. We have a lot to talk about. If you know, I ran for chairman for the last 2 cycles, and I have given her my sword. I have given her my endorsement, so I'm very excited to have her on. So, guys, I will see you tomorrow for the show with Kevin Hobby. I hope you guys will stick around. Please check out the Patreon if you get a chance. Patreon.com/BreakTheCycleJS. Same thing on Subscribestar. Or you can join the YouTube channel now. There's a join button right underneath all of these videos. You can become a member and get some of these cool Break the Cycle custom badges for your chat if you're a big chatter for the show. Top Lops is making them. He's also making custom emojis that you guys can use in the show. So pretty cool stuff. But anyways, I will see you tomorrow night. Until then, don't forget to break the cycle.
Due to legal reasons, I just have to explain. The lyrics of my last song may seem to contain a violent call to action in the verse and refrain, but I just landed in Minecraft. The helicopter part was a reference to GTA 5 and the things you do. So any violence you commit, I am not an excuse, because I just meant it in Minecraft. Well, Chipper is my friend and he's constantly cold. Accusations of incitement getting totally old. Make your own choices, yeah, you have control, because I just meant it in Minecraft. Obviously I would never advocate force, unless there's due process and a trial, of course. And if you're convicted, we will make you a corpse in Minecraft, just in Minecraft. Doing nothing, I mean, you know it.